2 at a time, back to the yard. And then we were going out to have lunch, so once we had lunch we came back and they had one of these styles. I've gone too far. No, I haven't. Right at the end, one of these things hooked on the back of a pickup, and they were just loading. Oops, wasting fertilizer. They were just loading the bales onto that, and as they came off, they would roll the bales over into a pile and just leave them, and then that's where the bales sat for the next few days, probably weeks and months. Wrap them in the yard where you're just going to leave them until they brew, because you really don't want to have to be taping them. You have to check every single bale when you move them, and repair any of the tears. So just don't move them. It's a good plan. And then with the critters, generally you only have to worry about the outside edges. You don't have to worry about deep inside the silage bale stack, and you just run along, check the wrap, which is why using white wrap is good, because it's fairly obvious where there's a tear. In somewhere like the UK, they tend to use black because it absorbs the heat, and it's not as hot in the UK as it is in areas of the US where they may be making silage bales. And then there's other rules about drainage and running water. So you can't have your bale storage near a river or a stream, because that gets the silage affluent into what's possibly clean water, and the environmental agencies get a little bit upset with you when you do that. I think you're supposed to also store them on hard standing, so we're kind of not doing that at the moment. We have them stored on a grass part of the field, or a grass part of that yard, but I am considering some point next time I get into the landscaping tool, put in a little bit more hard standing down on that yard so that I can put the bales down there. I think Tom Pemberton put his on an area like we're using for our the sugar beet store. Just an open flat area surrounded by concrete walls, because that's kind of convenient. Okay, now I need to concentrate. Okay, I'm going to have to come back on a bit. There we go. And that bit there. And what the heck? Swing it through. And fold it up. But yeah, I just did some research, internet research on silage bales and silage clamps, because why is there a difference? Why do some people do it one way, some people do it another? And realistically, most farmers would avoid wrapping on the field. It's what most farm sim farmers do. They'll wrap on the field and then collect the wrapped bales. And it's why things like the where's the Anderson trailers? You've got pickups like that, and that, which kind of grab the bale, this one scoops it, that one scoops it. Scooping bales will almost definitely tear your bales, so having something that grabs is better. Same with the front loader grab. You would use that to handle silage bales, but not so much with hay and straw. You can stab those without much worry. But wrapping them where you want to is always, it would appear to be the best. The other thing I've seen in the UK, I don't know that they do a lot of grass silage. But I have seen them using the big forage harvesters with a grain cart like I've got, and they'll run back to the yard and just tip the silage at the entrance to the silo, and then what they do is they'll have a bigger front loader or something like that, wheel loader, that has a shovel on the front almost, that they just push the silage back into the bunker, rather than reversing into the bunker and tipping in. But it's a multi-crew operation. You've got the guy in the silage harvester, or the forager, and then you've got 2 or 3 carters depending on how far you are from the farm, and then you've got the wheel loader operator who's pushing the silage into the bunker. But it does mean that the haulers are very quick, because they just drive in the yard, dump and drive off. They don't have to worry about reversing to the silo and tip it and get stuck like we do on this farm. It's one of the reasons why I went to using the extractor, because it's a little bit easier than getting your Challenger stuck on a pile of silage in the bunker. Anyway, this is going okay. So once this is done, and we've still got a fair amount of oilseed radish planting, although again it's not big hurry. I'm guessing we've probably got 1 or 2 days before the sunflowers and sugar beets are ready. So there's always first thing tomorrow morning we can plant some more oilseed radish. Possibly even the day after, we can, we'll still have time to do it. And then, we'll stop off for the harvest. Now, the sunflower fields aren't particularly big. I think total they're about 27 acres, which, as we did earlier, is about an hour and a half harvesting. And the helianthus header allows us to run at a higher operating speed than the Draper, so it won't, driving speed wise, it won't take as long either. But we could do those in a matter of hours, 2-3 hours at the most, I would guess. And then there's still the rest of the day we can plant more oilseed radish. Plus I can bring the Challenger out to haul the grain cart while the class with a worker is still planting. So not a big rush. In fact, the only concern I really have at this time of year is when's the rain coming and when's the crop ready to harvest. And that's usually the biggest worry risk of the year. Summertime, we've raced through the last few days, because after after the sheep stop producing wool, there's pretty much very little to do. It's just looking at the weather and saying when's the best time to produce some more hay. Again, with the fall, that's going to be an issue. Now I'm guessing because of the timing on that silage, we cut yesterday morning, so day 5 morning, we cut the grass and made hay. Well, actually, it was the day before we cut the grass, and we made hay the day after. So yesterday morning we made the hay bales, but that would mean that we are going to be able to cut mid-fall, last day. So day 4 of fall we'll be able to cut the grass, and day 5 we're probably looking at baling it. Now, a problem we have, going back to weather, this is the last day of summer, first day of fall, second day of fall, third day of fall, fourth day of fall. So fourth day of fall is cloudy with sun. Not going to be a good day to make hay. Wind speed -1. That's going to be interesting. Wonder how that works. Wind sucks instead of blows. But yeah, we'll figure it out as we get there. But I do want some more hay. However, I did do my math the other day wrong. Let me get this straightened up a bit. And on cruise control. Okay, there, bales. Square bales, $6.50 per bale. And if we go back to here, silage per bale, that's 180 per 1,000 litres. So you multiply that by 4. So 180 times 4 is 32, about 7,200. So we get about 7,200 per silage bale, and it's $6.40 to buy a bale of hay. So it'd actually be a better plan to say, forget making our own hay, make silage all the time, sell the silage at the BGA, and then use the proceeds of that to buy hay bales to feed the sheep. And added bonus, we get digestate from the bales we deliver to the BGA. Now, I didn't realise that the other day. The other day I was looking at it and say, oh, it's 180 pounds per silage bale, but it's not, because they're 4,000 litres, and just completely missed that math. So maybe we, like I said, maybe we just go full silage production and forget about hay and just buy our hay from the store. And if I'm going to switch to the farming agency's version of this map, then additionally we have we're going to need, like I said, the clover bales and whatever else, crates of carrots. It may still be cheaper to just have grass fields and make silage out of them, and use the proceeds of that to make the sheep food. That's going to need some playing with. I'm going to have to science that one up to see what's what, because I haven't played with Maize Plus at all, or the enhanced feeding system, whatever it's called. Go, go, go. Okay, so I think that's the problem part of the field negotiated. Still got 192 litres of fertilizer left. So if we get the chance, we'll spray this again. Which will give us a plus 100% yield, minus patches where there's weeds. Just the view so I can see where to come in from this side. There's a little bit of overlap on the right side, but it's not too big of a deal. So how are you finding the Maize Plus? Good, bad, just something new? Yeah. So we could grab some fertilization contracts, but well, combination of these tanks is big enough for a full pallet of fertilizer. So that might be. We could run down to the store and then fertilize some fields. Okay. You doing a farming agency map or just Maize Plus on a normal map, shall I say? The other thing with the farming agency maps is they have crop destruction 2.0. And I don't know what additional that entails. I think I've seen one person playing with a map with that on it, and what it means is that even a stubble field, if you drive over a stubble field, you will destroy the stubble with both the tractor wheels and the anything you're hauling behind it. Now that could be a problem if you're planning to cultivate in a crop and take advantage of fertilization, because if that's the case, you're going to be wanting to cultivate with narrow tires so as not to destroy as much of the crop as possible and just plow the nutrients back in. That's an issue with oilseed radish, or the way I'm doing on this farm is I'm plowing in the oilseed radish, and if I'm destroying it with the tractor tires, I'm going to need narrow tyres on my tractor, and narrow tyres and a cultivator don't mix well. And on Ungertsheim, we found that we needed to put wide tyres on our little tractor just to get the traction to pull the cultivator. And the cultivator, we had more than twice the amount of horsepower we needed to move that cultivator. The problem was with standard tyres, we didn't have the traction to be able to haul it on a field. And so you don't want to be putting narrow tyres on a tractor that you're cultivating with. So maybe the other option is I need to look into front-mounted cultivators. So I can put a cultivator on the front and roll the ground flat before the tyres get there, or churn in the crop before the tyres get there. But yeah, I am going to have to do a little bit of testing with the farming agency map before I even consider it, because it is going to affect a lot of the stuff, how I do it. Okay, that's the efficient bit. Now we just swing it around here. And done. Okay, we can fold that up. And I'll pull it over onto the track because that's why I made it. So we can drive down this track. Like I said, this looks a little bit out of scale. It should probably be a little bit narrower, a little bit less grass in the middle. Pull the dirt in a bit, but it's my first attempt to do a good representation of what it is. So, we are going to have to lime these fields. So, that one just got limed. That's going to be fun. Don't have to plough them. We're going to have to plough field 1. I don't think ploughing doesn't make a difference to precision farming or anything like that, so not a big deal. But I don't want, as I said, with precision farming, I don't want to be putting down lime until that mod is active on the map. Okay, fertilizing 38 and nowhere else. Okay. We can accept the contract, do it with our own equipment, and of course it's okay. Up to the shop, we'll fill the tanks, we'll come up here, we'll spray that field, we'll come back and we'll pick up whatever's left over at the store. I think these tanks are about 2200. Oh no, yeah. I don't have to worry quite so much. These tanks I think are about 2200. But I'm buying the barrels of fertilizer, and that's only a 1600 litre pallet, as opposed to the big IBCs, which are 2000 litres. So we would have some left over. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was the map I was watching was. Shellington Valley, and Farmer Cop was playing on it, and he's another YouTuber. He does a lot of farm sim science. How do I what he's done the how much yield do I get from a field with different crops, which is where I get my evidence that barley produces more litres of crop, and it's a little bit lower value than wheat most of the time. So I think, to be fair, when it comes to income, the income from wheat, the income from barley there's almost no difference. You're really playing, depends what the market prices are. But if you're feeding pigs, you want the barley, because the barley produces more volume per acre, which is more pig food per acre. And we want to come in here first. Squeak. And I think this is where I want to be. There we go. Fertilizer barrels, 1200 for 1500. So there's more than enough space in our tanks. We don't have enough for 2. Where is it? Over there. Let's fill up the front tank so that we have weight.
Do you grab lunch?
Yeah.
Okay, what can I have?
I don't know. A sandwich?
Pizza rolls?
Pizza rolls, yeah.
Yeah, because Melissa said, no, Melissa said that she didn't have the leftovers from yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, unless we get to it first.
No, you can have not that. Okay, there we go.
How was your stream going so far? How many people are watching? I'm so bored. Can I go outside and go crazy?
Yeah, you can go and get your sunlight and vitamin D.
Can I go to church tomorrow?
Yeah, and see Sam.
Wait, what? I don't have to go then. Tomorrow I have to go.
Okay. Okay, so field 38. Let's go do this.
Doesn't the road look beautiful?
It looks nice and clear.
Nice and not slippery. It's not ice skating.
Well, I don't know. It might be slippery.
Can I go on it?
No. Okay, field 38. On the left somewhere, but.
We'll figure it out. I think we're going grocery shopping today, but we'll figure out when we go grocery shopping. Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're going grocery shopping. I don't know what the plan is today.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants to do.
We might go grocery shopping tomorrow.
Go crazy tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, I believe this is the way to 38. Bouncy, bouncy. Okay, let's jump out. And then, yeah. So actually we are 66% full on 1900, 19,000, no, yeah, 1900. Airplanes, yay, airplanes. So there's probably room for 1,000 more. So if we get below 1,500, I can probably put and get another barrel, take it back to the yard. That's fine. Oh, we'll stay away from the hedge while it's unfolding, at least that bit.
Got some fries for food.
Some fries, yeah.
And chicken nuggets.
No,
And turd nuggets.
no.
Chicken nuggets, turd nuggets are a joke.
Huh?
Chicken nuggets and turd nuggets are a joke.
Okay. Yes, you can have
Why is that so
fries.
huge?
Because then it doesn't take me long to do work. The bigger it is, the less times I have to drive up and down the field. That's awesome. No, she doesn't have a boyfriend. She has a crush. And I'm not even sure he knows she exists, but yeah, it's a teenage girl thing. At least that's my understanding. I've never been a teenage girl, so I wouldn't know really. We are going for it. So this shouldn't take long. I don't know how much fertilizer we'll use either. Again, we're at the edge of the map here, so I'm going to have to be careful with this turn because I could wrap it round the edge of the map. Keep away from the hedge. Good.